Welcome back to the Compliance Kitchen podcast. This is Sylvia, and today let's take a look at a recent administrative settlement. This is coming to us from the Bureau of Industry and Security, which is sits inside the Commerce Department. So they settled with a company called VTA Telecom Corporation, or VTA. This was to resolve allegations of misrepresentations by VTA to the BIS, and also violations of the EAR, or Export Administration Regulations. So in more detail, it looks like VTA agreed to a penalty of a little bit over $1.8 million. 200,000 of that will be suspended for 2 years if they can satisfy certain conditions that were imposed by the BIS, including specific compliance obligations. So according to the order, VTA was established in 2013. It's a subsidiary of Hanoi, Vietnam-based state-owned telecom company. VTA was set up here in the U.S., and around 2015, VTA began to export from the U.S. U.S. origin items that were subject to the Export Administration Regulations. They were exporting these to the parent company in Vietnam, while they were aware that some of these exports were intended to support a defense program. So according to the BIS release, VTA provided false information to BIS officials and officials of other U.S. agencies in connection with export license applications and other export activities to conceal the defense purposes of some of these exports. So obviously this is a problem under the EAR regulations, and as you guys know, the mission of the BIS is to advance U.S. national security and foreign policy objectives by ensuring that an effective export control compliance system is in place and is followed by exporters. And among its enforcement efforts, BIS has a commitment to prevent U.S. origin items from being exported for ultimate uses such as support of WMDs, various terrorist activities, or just in general destabilizing military modernization programs. And so in this case, the exports were going into Vietnam state-owned telecom precisely for purposes of military or defense end use, and there was no license. They did not obtain license from the BIS to legally be able to do these exports, but in fact, according to the order, they actively misrepresented to the government in connection with these exports. So if you want to take a closer look at this, I have a link to the administrative settlement, the charging letter, and also the order on compliancekitchen.com. And of course, if you want to take a look at the BIS in more detail, I have a link to their main site as well.